Alrighty, boys. Let's go over this Thursday night football slate. I don't know why the Denver Broncos just get all these primetime games. I just really don't understand it. But if you are new to this, if you are watching on the YouTube side of things, I make posts here on DFS Sports Reddit. My name is Shuck_Dash. Just follow my posts. You can ask me whatever you want. I'll always respond to you. About the slate, about contest selection. You can ask me whatever you want. I'll always answer you. If Reddit isn't your thing and you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on Twitter at ToryLangley1992. And then if you're interested in Discord, where I'll have in-depth videos going over the slate, player pools for cash, GPPs, top plays section, a bunch of people you can talk to about the slate. I'll have a link for that below. Also, if NBA preseason is something you are interested in, I am doing that currently, and we are absolutely crushing. Here, I can show you guys some things. Second, and all those GPPs. I feel like there was one more down here. Yeah, Sipo, good night. Got seventh in the dime contest, I do believe. KMKL turning $20 into over 300. $15 into $300 here. Day's another good night, like $50 into 500 or something like that. George Eggs $92 into $160. I mean, it just goes on. I'll let it speak for itself. But if that is something you're interested in, I'll have a link to that below. Dr. G has shipped 2 GPPs in the last 3 days, one NFL, one NBA. Here's the total. He turned $100 into like 700. More here, turning $40 into $200. Yeti, a good day. Like Bama, I'm sure you guys know Bama. Of course, you guys know Bama. He turned like $45 into like 300. It's my lineup. Good night here for Brody. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. So if that is something you're interested in, I have that in the Discord. Going over my NBA lineups, I'll just show you. This was 2 days ago. This was yesterday. This was my Thursday night or Monday night football lineup cashed here. The core for this was Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, and Tyler Higbee. All three absolutely smashed. And that's it. Let's go over this slate. So this slate's a gross one. Jonathan Taylor is out, so Michael Pittman at the top at 10.6K. I mean, they're going to have to rely on him a ton here. I think he has a pretty high floor, pretty high ceiling as well. Matt Ryan's going to have to do something to get the ball into Pittman's hands. So I like Pittman at the top. I think people might stay away because of the price tag. I think that might be a mistake. So I think Pittman's a pretty good play. Matt Ryan at 9.6K. I mean, has this guy been terrible? This Colts offense does not look good at all, but it's a showdown slate. Quarterbacks have a high floor on showdown slates, so he's definitely viable. I do prefer Russell Wilson on the other side. The running back situation we're going to have to monitor here. So they have Nyheim Hines, they have Deion Jackson, and then they also have uh, Price. So we're going to have to monitor the news here. I will say this, if Nyheim Hines is going to get that JT role at 6.8K, I think he stands out as one of the best plays on the slate. Oh, no, sorry. I already went over Deion Jackson. Deion Jackson and Patrick Lindsay are the running backs. If Price, who I believe is the RB, no, Deion Jackson. So, bro, how many running backs? Where's Deion Jackson? If Deion Jackson is going to be the RB2 and get more of that like Hines role, I think he makes for a pretty good value play at 1.6K. And then if they go to like Lindsay, Price, Is he still on the practice squad? We're gonna have to monitor. Just monitor the situation. I'll make updates on Reddit. But like I said, if Hines gets that JT role, he's gonna look like one of the best plays on the slate. And then right now, Deion Jackson is the number 2 running back. And then if they're gonna utilize him in that like Hines role, I think he makes for a pretty good value play. We're just gonna have to monitor that. So let's take a look at the snaps here. I think Alec Pierce at that price tag, a bit too pricey for me. Only played 29 snaps, run around on 17 of those. So I think at that price he's a little bit too pricey for me. Mo Alley Cox is going to be way overowned. I don't want anything to do with Mo Alley Cox and GPPs, but we'll look at the snap counts. He played a total of where is he? I think he played a decent amount, actually. Do they just not have him on here? Or okay, he played 45 with a possible 65 snaps. So my only issue with him, I think he's a fine play. My only issue with Mo Alley Cox is he's definitely going to be overowned. So I kind of like a fade in GPPs. So I think he's a fine play if you don't consider ownership. But if he's going to get ownership in GPPs, I want absolutely nothing to do with him. Dolan played 19 snaps, so kind of hard to get for me to get to him at that price tag. I'm mainly looking to Paris Campbell at 3.6K, who I think makes for a pretty good value play. He played a lot of snaps. He's been the wide receiver too, played 43 of the possible 65 snaps. He just hasn't been getting the volume. It's going to change eventually, especially with Jonathan Taylor out. I don't know why Dolan and Pierce are higher priced than Paris Campbell. That just doesn't make any sense to me at all. So I think Campbell right now stands out as a very good value play on this slate. As you guys know, the kickers are very safe values, especially in the lower total game. What do I mean by that in a lower total game? So in lower total games, kickers are more viable to be optimal because when the lower the scoring game is, the less that the skill position players are going to be doing. So that means like a 15-point ceiling for Chase could definitely make him optimal at that price tag. So I think the kickers are definitely solid. Not going to get to the defenses. Yes, they are in play, but if they're going to be overowned, I want nothing to do with them. And then let's take a look at this other tight end snap count. So, um, Jelani Woods played 15 snaps. He ran a route on 11 of them. Where is he? At 2,200, that seems too pricey for me. Where are the other tight ends? Granson played 29 snaps, ran a route on 17 of those. If you're going to go to one of these guys, I definitely do prefer Granson. But at their respective prices, I don't think they are good plays. And then outside of that, I don't see much standing out here to me. So yeah, mainly looking to like Pittman, Hines, possibly Paris Campbell, and then Deion Jackson. Assuming we get clarity on that um, running back situation. So exit the depth chart. We'll exit the Colts. So Russell Wilson is my preferred quarterback option on the slate. Now he doesn't have rushing upside, but he can get you some yards on the ground. I just think this offense is going. They have to get better, right? They have to. They have to. So at home, pretty sure they're favored. So I definitely do prefer Russell Wilson. I'm gonna play one quarterback on the slate, and it's probably gonna be Russell Wilson. Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, I think, make two of the better wide receiver plays on the slate. I think Sutton has the higher floor. I think Jeudy has the higher ceiling. Point per dollar, it's close for me. I think Sutton's definitely going to be popular. Not sure about Jeudy, but I think both look pretty good to me. Unfortunately, Javonte Williams is out, I believe, due for the season. So another situation where we're going to have to monitor here. They signed Latavius Murray. He is the number 3 on this depth chart, but he is the number 2. Oh, they moved him to 3rd on DraftKings. So Mike Boone at that price, just overpriced. Overpriced for me. Melvin Gordon at this price, overpriced for me, but a GPP play. But I think they're going to run a 3-headed monster here with Melvin Gordon, Latavius Murray, and Mike Boone. So at these prices, They don't stand out to me at all. They're all just GPP plays, from my opinion. I don't get the Mike Boone price at all. That just doesn't make sense to me. Hopefully, we get some clarity on that situation before lock. KJ Hamler only played 4 total snaps, so kind of tough to get there for me. Now, we're going to have to monitor the news with who is going to be the wide receiver 3. I do believe Hinton at 1K. He played 30 snaps last game, so we're gonna have to get more clarity on who's going to be the wide receiver 3 for this game. If Hinton's going to be the wide receiver 3, I think he makes for a good value at 1K. If Hamler's going to be it, fine option, but I do prefer Paris Campbell for cheaper. Already went over Latavius Murray. I think he's too overpriced. Broncos D, considering the slate with how terrible the Colts have been, I think are firmly in play. But if they're going to be popular, I want nothing to do with them. Same thing with the kicker. I think they're good value plays with the lower total games. Albert O just didn't play last game. He only played 1 snap. Now, if we get news before lock that he's going to be the clear number tight end 1, I like him a lot at this price tag, but just really hard to get to him with how they've been running their tight end situation. So extremely, extremely risky. Only a large field tournament play for me. And then let's take a look at the other tight ends. So Sauber played the most. He doesn't block much. He played 41 total snaps, ran around on 31 of them. And he is only, where is he? He is only $1,200. So if that's going to continue, I think he makes for a decent value play. What about the other tight ends? I know one of them is more out there to block. Yeah, Eric Tomlinson played 24 snaps, but he's out there to block mainly. I can show you what he looks like. He's just massive. This guy's massive. So not going to get there at $200, but he can get in the end zone, possibly. And then, where is the other one? I feel like there was another one. I guess not. So, Alberto, I'll just refrain from that again. Alberto, if we get news he's going to be playing and the clear tight end, I like him a lot. If not, I think Saubert at $1,200 makes for a good value play. When you want to get these tight ends that are cheap, you want to get tight ends that aren't going to be blocking much. And Saubert isn't going to be blocking much. That's definitely going to be that guy, Tomlinson. So, yeah, just a lot of if-then statements currently. And then outside of that, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on the Hinton versus KJ Hamler news. So I hope this helped a little bit. A lot of stuff up in the air right now. If you guys find news or if there has already been news out that I haven't found, please let me know. And I hope you guys have a good night.